Good morning, everyone. I'm very excited to be here. I'm going to take you through the journey of me starting in high school all the way to where I'm at 3 years out of college. So I'm just going to give you an overview what to expect. I'm going to give you my history of RedHead Wine, the 3 main entrepreneurial turning points that led me to be a businesswoman, and my top tips for success. I had a pretty rough start. We all know the transition from elementary school to junior high and high school can be a little challenging. I was a studious student and really enjoyed science and math and really focusing on my grades. And some of my friends that I grew up with kind of changed and had other interests, and I was bullied. I lost my self-esteem and my self-confidence. I went from a 4.0 student to getting C's and D's in my classes. I was at rock bottom, but I was very grateful because I had a very strong support system. I had my parents and family and friends to support me, to push me to keep studying. And what I mean by push, force. But it was worth it because I found a way to get out of my environment and apply to take undergraduate classes while in high school at Youngstown State University through the SB 140 program. But to get in the program, I had to get a minimal score on my ACT. I took it not once, not twice, but 5 times to get the minimal score needed to attend YSU. And being able to be in an environment with like-minded students that were supportive and collaborative, just like President Jim Tressel just spoke about, really put me on the right path. So then I was realizing, wow, I'm going to graduate high school in a few months. I have to apply for college. So I found that as a third-generation winemaker, I had a passion for winemaking. It's definitely very science and math focused and heavy. So it's something I really enjoyed all in one because it was a family tradition as well. And I found out that Cornell University in upstate New York offered a degree in viticulture and enology. Viticulture is a science of grape growing, and enology is a science of winemaking. But in order to graduate from the program, I had to complete a capstone project. And I absolutely had no idea what a capstone project was, but all I knew that I had to pass in order to graduate. So that scared me. So I asked my professors, could I start a little early and create a wine label that I could try to bring to the market? I wasn't comfortable working in the vineyards or in the lab. It was very intimidating for me at that point. So I wanted to embrace the science that I enjoy, which was making wine and being creative by designing a wine label. So right there is my original packaging and product. It's RedHead Red Blend. And I was able to have that product 2 years early before graduating. So I had the product on campus, and I was procrastinating in class. Don't tell my mom. I was checking my emails and looking at Instagram, and all of a sudden, I got a message that said, if you're a student entrepreneur and want free hot wings and a chance to win $5,000, come to Warren Hall, room 1101. I was sold at the free food, but the money didn't cause me to skip that out either. And I walked in the meeting. I had my product with me on campus, and I piled my plate sky high with delicious hot wings. And all of a sudden, the professor who was running the meeting said, hey, if you're a student entrepreneur, you have to give a 60-second elevator pitch. There was 100 people in that audience. If you met me 10 years ago, I wouldn't be caught dead up here speaking publicly, having large conversations with a large group of people, so I was scared. I couldn't just peace out because I had red hair and a bottle of wine and already committed to my plate of wings. So I quickly Googled wine industry facts and rocked the pitch. A day later, I found out I was nominated for my Student Business of the Year award within my college. I wasn't a businesswoman, but I had a product. So I got a team together of like-minded collaborators on campus, and they helped mentor me and prepare myself for this huge pitch. Well, part of that pitch, I had to get recognized by industry professionals. So I sent over 100 emails to magazines, wine bloggers, and other winemakers to review my product. Fast forward 3 months, I was interning at a winery on the West Coast, and I received an email from the Michael Dell Company. He said, "Hey, Marissa, we got your email, but our servers are down, so we apologize." Mind you, they're a computer company. We want to see your business plan and potentially give you funding for your business. I was so excited. But I had no idea what a business plan was. I thought it was a paragraph or two of my hopes and dreams for my future. Well, I was wrong. It's like 50 pages of raw data, facts, and statistics. So my friend on the East Coast came together with me and helped me. 6 days later, we had this business plan. They pulled the funding, and I was devastated. But I had this amazing business plan. So what I did, I sent it to a bunch of global and local business plan competitions to get professional critique and help so I can make my capstone project ready to turn in and graduate. Well, I found out from the Queen's Entrepreneurs competition that my business plan was ranked in the top 15 around the globe. Over 200 submissions ranging from the West Coast to Asia were in the pool, and I couldn't believe it. That's when I started really believing myself and being grateful that I had a community of peers and professors to really help me find what my passion was. And something that really helped me showcase that my business plan was well written is that I showed the future, that I believed in myself, not just in that moment, but 2, 3, 5, 10 years out in the future. So when you're pitching yourself, maybe it's a job interview or on your college application or in a business plan competition. Showcase your future plans, your goals, your dreams. And the other people that are listening to your conversation will really believe in you. So I really want to emphasize that hard work pays off. Usually social media is what you see and perceive, but there's a lot of hard work in the background. I sent a lot of those emails at the very beginning to get that recognition going. And once I started communicating my story, I got more people to support me. And I got that ball rolling and able to grow my business by spreading the word. You don't have to start a business with $100,000, $1 million or more. If you start small and start being resourceful, network with your community, get involved, you could really get a lot of people to support you and ignite the starting point of your business to be successful. So the next couple minutes, I'm going to share some of my top 10 tips that I've found throughout my entrepreneurial journey that's been very helpful. Definitely, networking is so important. The people you have around you will help you, like President Jim Tressel just said, tell the truth, help propel you to success. My network is everything. I wouldn't be able to say that I'm in over 400 stores throughout Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania within 2.5 years of starting my business if I didn't have a network to help me. Also, it's so important to diversify your team. I'm in food and beverage, but I often pass on my ideas to people in technology, engineering, manufacturing, etc., because they might have a different perspective that is so opposite of yours that could change the trajectory of your business or your success. Also, it is so important to stay organized and time block. At the very beginning, when I left my full-time job to becoming self-employed, I had no idea what to do with my time. But after I started realizing what was working to move my business forward, is something that I started focusing on and making sure I really worked hard on. When you have a business, you might not love every single aspect of it, but you have to focus on what's working. And never forget, sales are oxygen for your business because sales generate cash, which helps pay your bills, propel your business forward. Also, showing up and getting involved is very important. I met many people in my network through volunteering in the community. Also, networking, again, is very important. You might be able to meet some students today from other schools that have like-minded ideas and want to maybe start a business with you, or go to YSU or other universities to really propel your future and make it strong. Also, owning a business isn't always so serious. You have to have fun and embrace your personality and your little quirks of your business. I'm not afraid to admit that I started my business on a very hungry stomach and the will to get free hot wings and potentially a prize for my non-existent business, but I learned from that experience. And because of that very day, I'm here being able to share my story with you guys as well. Using the power of LinkedIn also has been very impactful. I post a lot of updates about my company and what I'm doing in the community, and it really showcases that I'm not just all talk on social media. I'm actually getting involved in my community, and it's strengthening my opportunity to have even future chances to expand my business. If you guys don't have LinkedIn, I highly suggest starting a profile today. It will really help you get your first jobs, and colleges do check if you have a LinkedIn, so really showcase some of the things you may not have been able to include on your application that you really wanted to highlight. Getting involved in the community is very important, but also, if you get involved in causes that you enjoy, you'll meet others that feel the same as well, and you'll be able to really jumpstart your network through that activity too. And of course, taking time for yourself is so important. At the beginning, I thought if I weren't working 24/7, I was failing myself. When you are self-employed, you don't have a boss to hold you accountable. But just because you take some time to relax doesn't mean you're quitting. It means that you're taking care of yourself so you can have mental clarity and the energy to really get those tasks done. I really emphasize the importance of being productive, not busy. There's a huge difference. But if you take anything away from this presentation, please remember my favorite piece of advice that I've embraced. The answer is always no if you do not ask. This quote will take the fear out of rejection and really help you find those opportunities. If I was a very unconfident person, but being able to showcase to myself that if I didn't ask, raise my hand, speak up, and be myself, I wouldn't have even had any opportunities to jumpstart what I found to be my passion, which is RedHead wine, as well as being able to impact my friends and family through what I've learned throughout this journey. But thank you guys so much. Feel free to follow my journey on social media, and please reach out to me on LinkedIn if you have any other questions.